All right, so we are live. So hello to anybody who might be watching this. Dave here. I'm going to be running the second session for my D&D adventure game playthrough. So this is the 3.0 D&D starter set, just updating it for 5th edition rules. And just get this out of the way early. Hopefully it won't be an issue, but this video will contain adults and there may be some potential for adult language, so viewer discretion is advised. And I think I didn't get to that until like halfway through the last time, so we'll get that out of the way now. Disclaimers have been made. All right. See if I can get the I just want to get the chat windows up for if anybody leaves comments. All right. So as we left you guys off last time, you managed to rescue a unicorn that has befriended the inhabitants of the town of Ironhaven, where you guys are currently residing. You cleared some hobgoblins out of a dwarven mine, and you managed to delve into a centuries-old crypt and retrieve just a piece of a burial shroud. While you're retrieving that piece of the burial shroud, the body inside the sarcophagus had the shield that it was clutching, and on the inside of the shield was a map, a crude map of the nearby area, and on the map was kind of scrawled out the words "magic statue." So with that in mind, you guys have kind of rested up, and I believe you were going to go investigate this, see if you can find where this magic statue was.
I'm going through my notes from last time. Did we have an idea? Back to shield. I have something about 15 miles north. Cave symbol. Did we have a map?
Yeah, there was a map drawn on the back of the shield.
Oh, it is the map on the shield. Okay. All
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think you guys just took sort of a note of the of the map itself.
All right.
Robbing anything from the.
So we have not rested since the last adventure.
I'm going to say at this point you would have gone back to town and fully rested up before. Well, you were in town already, but you went back to where you were living or residing and rested up, so you should be fully healed, hit points. I don't think you guys had enough for a level, but.
All right, Velis or Arlen, do you guys need supplies or anything in town? I believe we have plenty of gold now.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea is to grab up some things. Just a quick question though. Most of equipment would we also be able to get out of previous edition manuals?
As in, like, what kind of equipment were you looking for?
Honestly, I was going to look for some of the sun rods from the 3rd edition.
Like 3rd edition? Okay. That's just basically a torch that doesn't run the risk of going out. So I would say, yeah,
like one of those light sticks, like almost like the ones that you crack and shake up, and
yeah, it's basically a glow stick kind of idea. Yeah, I'm sure that the somewhat eccentric wizard Marlack can make one of those up for you if he doesn't already have some. So I'm not too concerned about that.
All right. In that case, how much would he charge for those individually?
I don't have the 3rd edition book handy with me. Do you have your 3rd edition 3.5 book there?
If memory serves, I think those went for like 50 gold each.
50? That's what I was going to say. Is just an estimate, so we'll go with 50.
Okay, all right. Can I grab 2 of them then?
Sure.
Okay.
I have a scroll of healing and a potion of healing. Does anybody else have any healing?
Let's see what
do a quick inventory. May buy a couple more if need be.
I do have 1 potion of healing.
All right, so that makes 3 total, or 2 potions and 1 scroll.
Yeah, I don't have anything other than what the group treasury had.
Okay, group treasury. We don't have much in there. We've got 6 gold pieces. The long swords, the chain shirts. Did we want to go ahead and sell those now?
Let me just check something. The chain shirts.
They were a bit beat up.
So
had the broken iron key that we had thought about getting repaired if we haven't already.
Yeah, you spent the 5 gold to get it fixed up, so that key has been repaired.
We did do that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Then why don't we take a look at getting the that armor sold and see what we can get out of that.
And the 4 plain long swords.
Yeah.
So how many things of chain shirts were you looking to sell?
We got 4 and 4 long swords.
Okay. So you can get. Yeah, so you can get. They'll pay you they'll pay half value for the chain shirts. So for the 4 of them, that's 100 gold pieces.
Nice. You guys want me to put this in group treasury or split it up?
Why don't we put that in the group so that we can get some supplies that everybody can use?
Yeah, exactly.
And the long swords, like I said, they're not really in the greatest shape, so they're only going to pay you 5 gold apiece for them. But that'll be for 4 of them. That'll be another 20 gold.
All right, so that leaves us 126 in the group fund in gold. Healing potions wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yep, so healing potions are
anybody else? Any other suggestions, anyone?
Well, I can see in the dark. I have a healing potion, so I've got 40 arrows, so I think I'm good on arrows.
I too have dark vision. And Arlen, you got the sun rods.
Yeah, and
do you want
I've
to
got
take
torches
that
besides.
Do you want to take that out of the group fund so you're not spending your own money?
Oh no, that's fine. I mean, it's kind of equipment that only pertains to me, so I kind of figured I'd spend my own cash on that.
All right, fair enough. So is it a yes or no on 1 or 2 healing potions?
Let's see, I've got 1 already.
Is that all you're going to need? Or I've got 1 and a scroll, and I don't cast curing spells, so don't rely on that.
Yeah, why don't we see if we can get 2 of them, because, I mean, I'd rather have too much than not enough.
Sure. All right.
Yep, fair enough. So yeah, the temple has enough potions for you. You can pick up 2 of them easily enough.
Okay, I took the gold off. That leaves us 26. Who wants to carry them? I'm already carrying 2. Do you guys want to carry 1 more each?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right.
I'll take 1 more.
I don't think I need any other equipment. I think I'm
all right. So, you think you guys are ready? We can move on.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So I'll just start with the flavor text here. And it reads, a magic statue. The chance to find such a rare item has led your characters high into the mountains. Guided by an old map you found scribbled on the back of a shield, you followed a winding, overgrown path. Now you've reached the end of the trail on your map. Before you stands a stout wooden door set into the bottom of a tall cliff. Danger might be ahead, but so might fantastic treasures. And I'll just switch the camera here just so you can kind of see the map. And I'm still using the adventure grid, the 5th edition adventure grid. For the next session, which will have the finale with the large, basically the massive dungeon. But I will be using the actual map that comes with it. But for now, this is just easier to work with. Just because someone had kind of asked about that during the last one. So, can you guys see that all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Just do that, because I think the live stream is based off of my view. So let's do that. All right. Yeah, so you see kind of the door in front of you there. Just ignore that. Not that that's going to be much of a spoiler, but so you guys want to do?
Oh, okay. This door was in the side of a mountain, you would say?
The side of a cliff, so you kind of have like just the cliff continuing off like that.
I see. Arlen, would you like to check the door, sir?
Sure. Get my trusty D20 here. Here we go. And so that is 13.
13 for traps, or?
Searching for traps.
Okay. The door doesn't appear to be trapped. You don't see anything that would indicate that there's any issues with it. And sort of jiggling the handle, you also don't think the door is locked.
Okay. All right, well, I'll just see what we get then. I'll try to open the door.
Okay.
Or actually, before I do that, I'm going to do a quick listen just to see if I can hear anybody on the other side.
All right. I will get you to make a perception check.
All right. So that is rolled a 16, and my perception altogether 20.
20?
Yep.
All right. So you can hear what sounds like the faint sounds of something large snoring past the door. You're not quite sure how far away from the door it is, but there is you can hear something snoring pretty heavily.
Hmm.
Well, I'm going to relay this to everybody.
Okay.
All right, so we assume it's guarded. Before we go in or decide how we go in, right before we go in, I'd like to bless everybody if they will allow me. I can do it to all three of us, which will give us an extra D4 for an attack roll or a saving throw if needed. Do we want to go in quietly or noisy?
Should try quiet and see.
Let's try quiet first.
All right. So, right before we go in, I'd like to cast Bless Dave, and I would imagine the rogue and the elf are much quieter than me, so I will stay. I believe I'm already 10 feet away from the door, aren't I? Or is that me on the left there?
You're this guy
Okay.
here. So this is the cleric of nature.
I would switch with I'd switch with the character in the back. Who was that?
That is Velas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can go second, or I can go first or second either way.
Oh, just need to know who wants to be the brave one to open the door.
Somebody's got to do it. I'll go ahead.
Whoever's
All
the most stealthy here.
All right, so Arlen, you're going to open up the door. I'll get everyone to make a stealth check at this point. If you're trying to be stealthy. If you're not, then don't worry about it.
Oh, this isn't good.
I got a 10.
Okay. You're going to get, yeah, okay, 10.
I'd like to purposely wait so I don't make a lot of noise.
Okay, so you're just going to kind of stand still?
I am.
All right. And sorry, Velas, was that you that got the 10, or was that Arlen?
Yes. Yeah, I got a 10. That was
Okay,
good.
yeah. All right, and Arlen, since you're the one opening the door, I need your stealth check as well.
got a 10 altogether.
Oh, okay. All right. So you open up the door there, and it's sort of it's roughly 20 by 20 foot room. So this dark cavernous room has a high vaulted ceiling covered in stalactites. On the floor, small puddles of water and the occasional crumbling stalagmite glint in the light. Across the room, you see another wooden door. A thick, pungent odor fills this room, and a black, sticky substance coats much of the floor.
Ugh.
Dave, you have those see when
you have those walls drawn straight. Is it more of a cave?
It's more of a cave, but it looks like not exactly, but they are relatively smoothed out.
Okay.
Yeah, the same map that they have. So.
Okay, so about how much of the floor does the that slick cover?
Coats so most of the floor. You don't think it's anything that's going to impede your movement or anything, but it just kind of here. Let's use. I guess I did say black, but my black markers are kind of low, so it's just kind of like patches here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the same, if I'm going to try to step around those just to try and make sure that I'm not tracking anything.
Okay. So you're stepping into the room?
Yes.
All right. So.
Can we still hear the snoring?
Yes, you can. It's a little easier to hear now, but it doesn't seem to be coming from actually anything inside of this room. But Arlen, when you do enter the room, suddenly just a massive swarm of bats kind of stirs up from up in the vaulted ceiling and starts just flying around, buzzing around your head, and they kind of start pouring out of the door.
Okay. Is there any way I can make a reaction to try and get down on the floor away from them?
They're not really they're not attacking. They seem just more startled and frightened than anything else.
They're not the only ones.
But other than that, they kind of they startle you a little bit, but they don't actually bite you. They don't try to attack you. They don't actually pose any sort of threat, but they are loud.
Oh, great.
There goes our stealth.
All
right, I guess I'm gonna try to move in the room with him. Just kind of.
And Cadmos, are you kind of staying put?
I'll go into the doorway.
Okay. All right. So
I'd like to take a look at the ceiling.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the ceiling, like I said, is sort of a high vaulted ceiling. This is on the side of a mountain. Probably goes about 30 or more feet up into the up above you. And you can basically see where the bats were kind of hanging down by and where they were sort of roosting. And you kind of think that perhaps the black substances that are on the ground is probably something along the lines of maybe bat guano.
Okay.
Which, if you were a mage and needed material components for a fireball, then you'd be in heaven here. So they a lot of them did kind of fly out through the door, but there are still a fair number of these bats that are just kind of screeching and flying overhead. And for what's everybody's passive perception?
Cadmos has 14.
14.
Bellis is 12.
12. Arlen?
Mine's 14 as well.
14. Okay. So as these things are screeching around and flying around, each of you actually for a moment stop hearing the snoring. It's almost as if you think maybe whatever it was that's on the other side, because you think it's on the other side of this door. But for a second, the snoring stops, and it's kind of a tense moment. but then about 5-6 seconds later, it picks up again as loud as ever.
Oh, good. Shall we proceed to the inner door?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah. I'm gonna go up and I'll just check that one for traps as well.
Okay. I'm not going to bother making you make a roll. The door isn't trapped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I will just do another stealth to see if I can just crack that door open a little bit.
Okay. So I'll get you to make another stealth check.
Okay. So that is 15.
15? Okay, that's a little bit better. All right. So you crack the door open, and what you see is all right. I'll just read the flavor text off here, since the game was nice enough to provide it. So in the center of this room is a huge pile of furs, and atop them sleeps a large, ugly humanoid creature at least 8 feet tall. With each snore, his mouth opens to reveal large yellow fangs, and a large club lies next to the creature. Broken shards of bone litter the floor. Across the room is another wooden door, but this one is slightly ajar. So this door here is actually partially opened.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to lean back into the room again and just tell the others what I see. I ask, do you think I should try to sneak in and steal the club?
I was thinking the very same thing, and perhaps our quiet wood elf could back you up just in case it wakes up. And again, I could stay here so that I don't ruin your stealth chance.
Okay.
Should we try? Do you want to steal the club first, or that door that's ajar? Do you want to try to just peek through it and see if there's anything on the other side?
Well, regardless, we're going to have to sneak in. So, yeah, let's check that door for... I'm sorry.
I was just going to say not a bad idea, but we know where our immediate threat is.
We could sneak past him. We may never have to deal with him.
Yeah, but I mean, if he wakes up while we're in farther into this place, then we're stuck between a ogre and a hard spot.
All right, if you want to take his club, I'll keep an arrow trained on him in case he wakes up.
Okay, I'm going to spend my inspiration advantage on this roll.
Okay. So yeah, make your stealth check.
Okay. So that is... So 24 or 27, so that'll be 27 total.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to sneak up pretty easily, even though there's like these bone shards all over the floor. You just kind of sweep them out of the way with your foot. And you do manage to grab this massive great club.
Okay.
Can you hand it back so we don't have to come back through the room?
Sure. That's what I'll do. I'll just kind of hot potato it on back through.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll toss it back.
Yeah, and I'll try to lay it quietly on the ground.
Okay. So with that done, I'm going to just head on over to the that door that's ajar and take a peek through.
Okay. So, looking through that one, from where you are, the room appears empty. Like you just kind of see, you can kind of see here, like around this part here.
Mhm.
But it's pretty featureless. You don't see anything there.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of signal to wave the others in.
Okay. I'll go in.
So that will be stealth checks. And I believe the cleric will be at disadvantage for his armor.
Correct. And a dexterity of 8.
So
Yeah,
this could
I'm very
be
good at this.
Velos got an 11.
All right. First roll was a 15. Second roll was a natural 1.
All right. So you have Arlen here just kind of sneaking his way through. Velas, you said he got what was it, a 12?
11.
11. All right, so you end up like kicking over some pieces of bone and snapping them underneath your foot, and with each step you just keep crunching bones, and you flinch every time, but the ogre doesn't seem to notice, so you get kind of past him. Cadmos, on the other hand, though, you basically end up kicking some bone shards directly into his face.
Oh, shit.
As your chain armor just loudly clangs against itself, and the ogre actually does wake up.
He
had a really bad
the
perception,
two-handed
too,
sword.
He only got a 7 on his perception because he had disadvantage, but that was still enough to hear you.
I'm gonna curse my big feet.
All right, so that will be initiative. So he's actually still down. He hasn't gotten to his feet yet, but he is aware that you guys are here now, and none too happy.
Sorry about that, fellas.
That had to happen sooner or later.
Might as well kill him now.
Has it been longer than a minute, Dave, for the bless spell?
I'm going to say you probably have a few rounds of it left, so we'll give you another 3 or 4 rounds of it at this point.
All right, that's generous.
Okay.
So I will forego the shield to draw the great sword. Two-handed sword, showing my age.
Nothing wrong with the old two-handed sword.
That's right.
I kind of miss the days of having the old broadsword.
Yes.
At that one.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't beat it.
That's right. And I think, what was it in the D&D basic? It was it just like the normal sword, and then there was the
right.
Yep.
long sword and short sword?
Yes.
Yeah, I just picked up the PDF of the Rules Cyclopedia, so that, yeah.
Okay. I had a PDF of it on my old laptop that I accidentally spilled my entire drink on and destroyed. First time in over 20 years I've ever knocked a drink over, and it just had to spill all the pop onto the keyboard, and it's a laptop, so that keyboard's over some pretty sensitive stuff. Luckily I had the other one. My fiance got me a brand new one just after Christmas, so the timing was impeccable.
Yeah, all the same, I bet you invented a few new swear words that day.
Oh, I was not happy. I still had some PDFs. I think I can manage to get some of it back, but it just kind of sucked because I was actually starting to read that too when that happened. All right, so let's get everybody's initiative, as this ogre is rather grumpy that somebody will come up.
Now I get a good
7.
roll.
7 for Arlen or Velas?
Yes.
Arlen, okay.
Velos got a 21.
Ooh, okay. Cadmos, you said you got a good
15
roll?
total after my -1.
All right. The ogre is still quite groggy, so he's not going to go anywhere near any of you guys as far as initiative goes. But we'll start off with Velas. So you're making your way stealthily past the ogre, and all of a sudden you just hear this clash, bang, crash, boom, and look over and you see the ogre starting to stir.
All right, I'm just going to spin around and let an arrow fly.
Okay. You'll have an advantage on the attack roll because he is still technically prone.
Okay.
The crash, bang, and boom, was that from the monster or elsewhere?
That was, when I say crash boom, that was like the sound of you kind of stomping through the bones.
Oh, never mind. It's me.
So I guess, you know, like smack, crash, snap, snap, crash. And then you hear some orcish curses as the ogre starts to stir.
All right, that was a 23 to hit.
Yep, that hits easily. And damage?
And 4 damage.
4? Okay. All right, he barely registers that, but he does still look annoyed. Cadmos, you're right there.
Right. Well, great sword it is.
Okay.
And then you said that's with advantage?
Yes.
Oh, goody. All right, I got a 16 total.
16, that hits.
And that'll be 10 points altogether.
Okay. Yeah, he felt that one quite a bit. As you bring this massive blade down, it kind of sinks into his shoulder some. Arlen.
Okay, I'm going to take a shot with my bow.
Okay.
And I rolled a 1.
Oh, no.
All right, you do have advantage on the attack still.
Okay,
He's still
all
prone.
right.
He hasn't
And you
got
have the
that.
bless spell if needed.
Yes. Well,
Oh yeah, you guys have bless on you.
in that case, okay, I rolled a 6, so 6 and 6 is 12, and I think I'll add the D4 onto that, so 13 altogether.
Okay. Yeah, so your arrow sinks into him.
Nice. That's the way
Thank
to
you
turn
for the
around
blessing,
one.
by the way.
You are most welcome. I owe you after my stealth roll.
It's payment in advance for a future scale.
Yes. There'll be more of that to
Yeah.
come, don't worry. And I don't mean the bless spell.
So what'd you do for damage there, Arlen?
That was 5 and points of damage.
9, okay. All right. So now the ogre rises to his feet. So this massive, like 8-foot tall creature just kind of looms over the cleric, and he looks a little confused for a second, reaching around for his club before he gets to his feet. But deciding that he doesn't really necessarily need it, he just clenches his massive fist and goes to throw a punch at you.
All right. I'll roar at him in Orcish.
All right. So we got a 19 total on the attack.
That'll do it.
Okay. So even though he's only using his fist, it still hits you with quite a bit of force. And you're going to take 7 points of damage.
Ouch.
All right. And I, in turn, will go ahead and use my Wrath of the Storm. And I will use my Channel to Divinity with it.
Okay.
So the Wrath of the Storm would allow me to use my reaction to make a creature roll a dex save. If he fails, it's 2d8 lightning or thunder damage. In my Channel Divinity, I have the ability to max out any lightning or thunder damage. So if it succeeds, I'll max it, that he'll take 60.
All right, and that's a dexterity save?
It is.
Okay,
And
well,
my
good thing.
save is 14.
All right, well, good thing ogres are known for their legendary agility. So that was a 6.
Yes.
So, consulting the stat block, hold on, because I'm sure they get a massive bonus. So with that 6, I believe he gets a total of 5.
Wow.
So yeah, you can do your damage.
That is 16 automatically max damage, and that's my channel divinity for the day.
Okay.
Gone.
Sure. All right, so that hurt him quite a bit.
So he hit me, and I unleashed hell on him.
These Tomb of Annihilation dice are not living up to their name here. All right, so that was the ogre's go, and he took more damage on his go than he dealt with his attack. Velas, it's back to you.
All right. I am just going to try to shoot another arrow at him. That's all I got in my book. That is a 21 to hit.
21. That hits him
Yes.
quite easily. He only has an armor class of 11, so he's not the toughest guy in the world to hit.
Basically, I only have to roll a 4, and I hit him every time. And that is 7 damage.
7? Okay.
Yes.
Still standing. Not looking too pleased. And then Cadmos.
All right, so I roar again, and I'm going to greatsword.
Okay.
And that is a total of 23.
That hits.
2d6. So 6 and 4, that's 10 total again.
Wow, okay. He's looking pretty ragged, but he's still standing. And that brings us to Arlen.
Okay, I'm going to move up into the like 2 spaces to the I guess it'd be north of my position right now.
So, okay, this way here?
Yeah. And because the ogre's in a melee there with Velos, I'm assuming I'll get my sneak attack damage.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't think you could not kill him right now anyway, so sure.
Well, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing.
That's right. Go big or go home.
All right, so that is 11
11 for the attack roll?
to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 3 and 4 is 7, and sneak attack damage puts me at 12 points of damage.
All right, so that
Excellent.
took care of the 3 that he had left. So with that arrow, you just kind of catch him right in the side of the neck. He staggers around a little bit and then just falls down dead.
Yay!
All right. And my immediate concern is I just turn and I train my bow on that door.
Okay. You actually don't... how long do you want to wait by the door? See if there's any reaction.
Well, right now I'm just kind of waiting on the others, so...
Can you give me enough time to use this scroll of curing? Guard the door long enough, and I will do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
Dave,
It's
what's
only round.
is that D8?
Yes, so that would be a D8 plus... I'm pretty sure it still uses your wisdom modifier, so...
Okay. So I wipe out any damage I had. Good.
Cool.
Well, excellent. Would you like me to guard the door while Arlen checks around the room to see if there are secret doors or any bits of treasure?
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
All right, I will switch places with him and guard the door, greatsword in hand.
All right, so you're going to search around?
Yeah, what would that be? Investigate?
Yes, it would.
Okay. Oh my god, what is wrong with me today? Botched it. Got another 1.
Nope, you don't find anything.
3 total.
3, yeah. Nope, the only thing that you find in the room is a dead ogre and a bunch of bones.
You'll never guess what I found.
Something
holy-
good, I hope.
Yeah, like, holy crap, guys, there's a dead ogre in here.
Yeah. Egad.
All right. Nothing to see
Somebody
here.
got him in the library with the candlestick.
Well, through the doors we shall go, yes?
Yeah.
Push on.
Okay, who's going to go through first?
Do you want me to lead the way?
Sure.
All right. I'll go first to the door then.
Okay, so that was
Bellis.
Bellis. Yep, going through. All right, so through, you see that there is a door up in this corner that couldn't be seen before, just through the cracked room. So what you see is that this room is apparently empty. However, there is an iron door on the far wall. Black cloak crouched near its doorknob with his back to you. So he's just kind of crouched down, like fiddling with the doorknob.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of keep my bow trained on him with an arrow. Yell out to him, just stand up slowly and turn around.
So
If I hear
And,
Velas talking, I'd like to enter into the room.
yeah, so you hear Velas kind of command someone to stand up.
Okay.
So what you see is it's a human, and he's kind of got like a scruffy sort of 5 o'clock shadow kind of thing. Wearing this black cloak, leather armor. He's got a nice looking rapier on his hip. Has what looks like a thieves tool pick, lock pick in his hand. And so he does, he says, if you don't mind, fellows, I'm kind of in the middle of something, but thanks for taking care of that ogre.
And what brings you here?
I suspect the same thing that brings you here.
Which is?
Let's not be coy with one another. I'm sure you've heard the rumors of the statue.
Well, as a matter of fact, we've only heard of the statue. No rumors about it or what it entails. But it must be of some kind of value to have the likes of you here.
No, it's, from what I heard, there was a magic statue. I had to come investigate it. I'm sure it would be worth quite a bit.
Indeed.
And you're planning on lifting this out of here yourself?
Depending. Nobody really knows much about the statue itself. It could be large, it could be small. There could be something valuable hidden within it.
And who are you? Where do you hail from?
My name is Erlos. I'm from Neverwinter. Originally, but I do tend to wander. Now, if you'll excuse me, I was in the middle of something, and he kind of goes back. Looked like he's going to go back to picking the lock.
Interesting. Whatever lies behind that door, are you going to prepare to take it on yourself, obviously?
So he just kind of sighs, and he's like, well, unlike some people that have entered this cave, I plan on using my natural ability to sneak around. Have you heard of it? And he looks at the cleric in the chainmail.
No, I haven't. As demonstrated of walking into this building. So with us behind you, that's not going to go very well for you.
Worked out well so far.
But now we are here.
Are we enemies then? Or can we be allies?
So I think Since none of us can pick
You
locks,
do see
we
his-
should let the rogue do his job.
You do see that he's kind of got his hand moving sort of towards the rapier. Not quite sure what your guys' intentions are for him.
Well, that's when I'm actually going to step up, and I don't see why we can't all work together if we're all going to get an equal share of what's inside.
Equal share. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Best skill, but I got a whole 5.
Hmm. So at this point, he kind of stands up and he says, listen, I was here first. By all rights, what's beyond this door is mine.
Ha!
And I will
laugh at him. You have no claim to this place. Simply being first means nothing.
And what claim do you have? Is yours any more valid than mine?
No, we offer to our abilities for equal shares of whatever lies behind. It is all yours simply for being here first. Well, I find that offensive. That would definitely tend to anger me.
All right. So at this point, you can make either a persuasion or an intimidate check, whichever you'd prefer.
I will definitely do intimidation.
Okay.
Total of 11.
11.
Apparently.
Okay. Well, that's still enough. Actually, you know what? I'll give you advantage on that simply because you guys did take out the ogre very, very quickly.
All right, I'll go again. I got a 2 on the dice.
Ooh, okay. Well, the 11's still enough to kind of, but so he does just say, listen, I have no quarrel with you. I'm sure some sort of arrangement can be made. If the statue is magical, I'm sure each of us can make use of it before I take it. Sound fair?
I'll see. I believe my friend said an equal share of whatever lies behind that door. I don't know.
Right.
Who's taking what? Let's find out what's behind the door.
All right. We'll do that first, and we can settle anything else after the fact.
Okay.
Do you want him to do the lock picking, or Arlen, do you want to try to step up?
And what's transpired, I'm not putting my back to him. I'm gonna
All right.
I'm gonna stand back and let the guy do his thing.
Yeah, maybe it's best he doesn't know we have a rogue of our own.
Fair enough. So he just kind of goes back to it, and it takes him a few rounds, but he does eventually pick the lock successfully. So he pops the lock open, and then he just kind of steps back, and he just kind of holds his hand out, motioning towards the door.
Arlen, do you want to check it for traps?
Yes, I think I will.
Okay. Well, when you get there, you do see that he's kind of popped the door open slightly. So if there were any traps on it, they would have gone off when he did that.
Okay.
If he hadn't already disabled them.
All right. Well, I'll do a quick perception check anyway, just to see if I can hear anything beyond.
Okay.
So that is a total of 20.
20. You hear the sort of like the rattling slightly of chains.
Yeah.
Chains. Ugh.
All right. Well, I'm just going to tip the door open a little bit and poke my head in.
Okay. So you open up the door. So the door opens to reveal a 10-foot-high statue of a green frog. That there. Red gems rest where the statue's eyes should be. Behind it, you hear the clink of chains along the ground, and a huge dog with red growls menacingly at you from behind the statue.
Do you want the bad news or the worst news?
There's more before you give any news, because the bad news might get even worse. So each time, so you see that the dog has a collar around his neck and is attached to a chain that you think will get him to. It's probably about a 10-foot long chain, so he can probably go about as far as here, just from what you can kind of see. But each time the dog exhales, you see a puff of smoke come out of its muzzle. And in the far corner of the room, so over here, there lies a large chest. And so the dog has spotted like the door opening. Right. It's going to require initiative because it's going to do something.
Okay.
I hope I win initiative because I'm so throwing that rogue in there.
I got 13.
13. Sorry, that was for Arlen?
Yes.
Velas,
17 what is -1.
Okay, 17 for Cadmos. Sorry, Velas?
Velas got 11.
11? Okay. All right, and the dog rolled a 10. All right. So the first person to go is going to be Cadmos.
Excellent. Well, with that, I will step up to the rogue. I am going to attempt to grapple him and chuck him in the room.
All right. Make a strength athletics check to try to grab him.
All right, total of 13.
Okay. So you go to grab him, and he just slips completely out of your grasp, like almost as if he was kind of expecting it.
Damn.
And then he goes to draw his rapier. All right. Okay. So that was your turn. Unless you have any bonus actions you wanted to use.
I don't believe I do.
All right.
No.
So in that case, then Erlos goes, and yeah, so he draws his rapier, and just curses you for your treachery. He's like, "I was completely willing to uphold my end of our agreement. It shames or saddens me that you were unable to do the same." And with that, he attacks you with his rapier. And he's going to stab at you twice.
All right.
So the first one is a total of 16.
That will hit.
Okay. And the second one is the second one's a 17.
2 hits.
So 2 hits for a total of 7, so 11 points of damage.
Ouch. All right, that wasn't the best move ever. But I will go ahead and, as a reaction, use the Wrath of Storm, so he gets a dexterity check at 14.
Okay.
Or dexterity save.
He passed.
If not, I'll just... He passed. Okay, so I believe...
Is that all or nothing, or like half damage?
I'm looking... I believe that is all or nothing. I will double check the player's handbook, but I believe he's good. Because I didn't write that part down on my character sheet.
All right. And that's the...
That's under the... under Tempest domain.
Oh, Tempest. Okay.
Wrath of the Storm. Half as much on a successful one.
Okay, so he still takes half damage.
Yep. So I need to roll what 2d8. A 1 and 8, total of 9.
9. Okay. All right. Well. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Because he took half.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that kind of shocked him. No pun intended. All right. So that was his go. Up next is Arlen.
Okay, well, the first thing I do is I say, we got bigger fish here, and I'm gonna try to dash in behind the others.
Like this way? You're gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a dog breathing fire in there.
All right. Well, so you're using dash or disengage?
I'm using disengage through my cunning action.
Okay. And you're going to try
So
to
I've still got my short bow ready.
Persuade Aralos and Cadmus to stop attacking each other? Are you trying to actually de-escalate the situation?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's absolutely what I'm trying to do.
All right. I'll let you make a persuasion check to see if you can calm him down.
Okay. And that comes out to be a total of 10.
10? So you see Aralos just simply look at you and he's like, I didn't start any of this. Like
I don't
said,
care who started
going
it. I just don't want that dog finishing it.
I don't trust he's going
dog.
to enter the room. Oh, now you just pissed me off even more. I don't trust him.
Well, he has absolutely no reason to trust you. Like, at all. So were you going to do anything else on your turn? Because you can do that as a cunning action, can you not?
Yeah, the only other thing I'm doing is I'm training my bow on the door so that I'll be able to delay my attack until I can see the Hellhound.
Okay. All right, so that's your action. Velis, your turn next.
Do I have a shot at the dog through the door, or is there too much?
He has a little bit of cover from the statue, but if you move up to the door and leave it open, then yeah, you can take a shot at him.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab the door and just try to hold it shut. Then,
Okay.
if I can get up to the door, I'm gonna grab it. Yeah, hold it shut, and then I'm gonna turn around to them two and say, "Look, we can deal with this little quarrel after we deal with the dog."
Cadmus will stand down and see what his reaction is.
So you're gonna lower your weapon.
I'll take a 5-foot step backwards.
Okay. He doesn't do anything. He watches you. He eyes you very suspiciously. See, when you step back and kind of lower your guard and lower your weapon, he sort of does the same thing.
All right. I'll listen to my comrades and friends, but I make it known I do not trust you.
So he sheathes his rapier for a moment, and he says, I can definitely say the same. However, as I stated, I am not without honor. I was going to withhold my end of the agreement.
All right.
So I wasn't looking for a fight with you guys.
Well, if you don't,
so,
we know the consequences will be.
with that, he does kind of look, so he sees like the cleric, he does have like a holy symbol or, things that kind of show that he is a sort of a divine character. And he just says, since you initiated the attack and since you are the one that injured me, I would request healing before attacking a creature from the lower planes. I do not think that an unreasonable request.
The deity Auril does not grant me those spells. But I will toss him the healing potion.
All right. He catches it and he just kind of nods to you and drinks it down. And he is healed back up to full.
All right, and I too will drink one because he whooped my ass.
and
I'm out. That's it.
You do see kind of a satisfied look on his face when he sees you have to drink the potion as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it doesn't hurt my pride to just drink one, but hey, I got to do it. Oh, dang it.
So who's up for a little heavy lifting?
How so?
Meaning?
We've got a dead ogre in that room and a hellhound up ahead. I think we might be able to offer a bit of a distraction.
Would you like to feed the dog?
Yeah. Well, if there's one thing that'll get a dog on your side.
It's a lot of ogre meat.
I'm game.
All
I got some anger to burn off anyways.
Okay.
All right. So you guys can easily, just working as a group, pick up the carcass of the ogre and bring it over.
What are we going to do? Kind of stand it up and tip it in, or?
Does the door open into the room with the hellhound, or is it open to us?
No, it opens into the room with the hellhound.
We could prop the ogre against the door and just push him through.
Yeah, I'll just tie my rope off on the handle to hold it closed, and then when I let that go, the ogre at least should fall into the room, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right. So you prop the door. You open up the door, push the ogre's carcass through. As that happens, you hear sort of like a sad howling whine come from the hellhound.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Followed by a very angry snarling, and it starts to like run forward, pulling its chain completely taut. Just he gets to like the edge of his chain, and it just, you kind of almost hear what sounds like something being pulled up from the ground behind the statue.
Oh shit!
Oh. Do I know how to make a plan or what?
I know how to execute one.
Should we back up into the room and let him come to us?
Well, at this point, who was the one that pushed the ogre through? That was Arlen?
Well, I was holding the door closed with a rope so that, like, if I let go of the rope, then the ogre would fall into the room.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I mean, I've got the 18 strength, so I don't mind being the one that was holding him up.
All right, so we'll kind of situate you guys like that. All right. So basically what happens is that the ogre goes in, the hellhound charges up, and it actually starts to, it snarls back, inhales sharply, and is going to expel a blast of flame.
Yay!
So the way that it's going to work is it's only going to be able to catch Arlen and Cadmos.
All right. I want to check a spell real quick. Okay, Shield of Faith is a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And
So this will be dexterity saving throw.
Okay, choice. If I make the Shield of Faith surround me, will it help my ally?
No, that's a personal thing. So
Okay, because I can put it. All right, if this is the dexterity save, I'm going to probably need the most help. I imagine your dexterity is a lot higher than mine.
He is a rogue, so yeah, it's probably is.
All right,
actually, by default, his proficiency bonus alone would probably make it better than yours.
Yeah, absolutely. I will Shield of Faith as a bonus action now.
Like bonus or reaction?
Well, the spell says bonus action. I don't know how you play it in your games.
Okay. Typically, bonus actions have to be done on your turn unless it says it uses your reaction.
Okay. All right. Well,
so Shield of Faith.
They're all. No, that's a bonus action.
Yeah, and it's also only to your armor class, so it doesn't actually affect your dexterity save anyway.
Oh, I thought it was saving throw. Okay. My bad.
No, just armor class, and it's concentration. So, but you would be able to do that if it gets into melee with you. So yeah, I'll need dexterity saving throws for Arlen and Cadmos.
Okay.
Oh Christ! Total of 6.
That's
23.
For you. That's a lot better for you. All right, so. I should grab some more d6 here, but so that is 10, 11.
No, that's plenty.
16, so 18 damage to Cadmos.
Oh.
And that would be 9 to Arlen.
I got 1 left.
So at this point, you just kind of hear Erlos just kind of chuckle under his breath and say, "My saviors." And then we'll go back to the top of the order. So Cadmos, it's your go.
All right. Well, not a whole lot I can do here. I'm just looking up a spell. One moment.
Yeah, sure.
All right. What the hell? I'm going to reach out and try to use a melee spell attack of inflict wounds against him. So I will step in.
All right, so make your spell attack.
Which is not bad. All right, 25 altogether. I rolled a 19.
Okay, that hits for sure. So that's a wisdom saving throw?
That's inflict wounds is.
I don't think it's going to matter. I rolled an 8, but just
on a hit it takes 3d10. Oh, I had to hit it, so no, that's it.
Oh, okay. Saving throw.
3d10, yes, sir.
3d10. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Inflict wounds.
It's a nice spell, right?
Yeah.
18. All right, that is 20 altogether.
Wow.
Necrotic damage.
3d10 for a first level spell?
Yeah, isn't that insane?
That is gross. Okay, yeah. Sorry, how much was that?
20 altogether.
Wow. All right, so he yelps and but is still standing. But that was significant. Let's see. So Erlos.
If I have movement,
yeah, you do.
All right. Well, no, he'll get an attack of opportunity. I only got one left. I was going to try to get out of the way, but I'll probably that'll end me.
If you were to get outside of his melee threatened range, then yeah, he would get a swing at you. But Erlos is going to go now, so he'll just kind of tumble past everyone and comes up here. And he'll pull out his fine-looking rapier and stab at the Hellhound. And he hits for a lot. So 7. So he deals 10 to it with a sneak attack. And then that will make it Arlen's turn.
Okay, I'm going to move up next to Cadmus and attack using my short sword.
Okay, so you just kind of through the doorway, stab at him. We'll have advantage on the attack roll because there's a bunch of you attacking.
Okay. With the advantage, I got 19.
Good.
Excellent.
And you can get your sneak attack off as well.
Okay. Total damage 13.
13, okay. Still standing. Not enjoying himself, but still standing. And so at this point, Velis, I need to know what your dexterity modifier is.
My
Because you're actually tied with the Hellhound.
Let's see. My dexterity is +3.
+3, that's probably going to be better. Okay, yeah, so you'll get to go first.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. I'm just gonna attack. Why not? What else can I do?
Okay, sure.
That is a 24 to hit.
Well, that hits.
That's 5 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my action surge to attack again.
Okay.
That's 9 to hit.
No, that'll miss, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So this thing is looking pretty haggard, but it is still standing, and it does inhale one last time. So it's going to throw out another fire breath because it did recharge. So that is a dexterity saving throw for Cadmos, Arlen, and it is going to catch Velis.
Okay.
I got a 13 total for Cadmos.
Oh, you passed, but I think it's still going to be enough to. I mean, you only have one hit point left, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that beats my 10.
10, okay.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
So the cleric was the only one prepared for this. All right. So, that is 21 points of damage.
Ooh.
So anyone who failed takes the 21, and Cadmos, you only take 10, but that's still enough to put you down.
Yes.
So, death saves.
Yeah.
Yes. First time for this campaign.
So Velis or Arlen, are either of you down, or are you both still standing?
Nope, I'm down. Velis is
You're
down.
down?
Arlen's down.
Velis, sorry, are you up or down?
Velis is down.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no!
All right.
I should have killed this guy.
Well, now this is an interesting scenario. So, Cadmos, you have to make your death saving throw.
All right. That's a 10 or more, right?
Yes. Natural 20 will also bring you back with 1 hit point.
All right. I made it. I'm successful.
Okay.
With a 17.
17. All right. So that's 1 success. Arlen?
Seven.
That is not so good. And Velis?
That's 19.
19. Okay. So that's a success. All right. So we'll go to the next. I'm aware of what's going on around you now, but so there'll be another death saving throw for Cadmos.
No, that's a failure.
Okay. Arlen. Don't roll a 1.
I got an 11 that time.
Okay.
So
and,
one success.
And Bellis.
That's a 10.
10, okay. All right. So at this point, so I'm just going to kind of fast forward things because what happened essentially is you guys wake up sometime later, each of you. You notice that your wounds have been bandaged. So you all wake up with one hit point. The Hellhound is defeated. And you just see Aralos just kind of sitting casually on the treasure chest.
All right. I will attempt to get to my feet.
Okay. So you guys all manage to get back up. You just see Aralos there is just kind of picking at his teeth with his lockpick, and notice that you guys finally start to get up. And it's like, well, nice of you to join us again.
We sure
Did you
showed
heal?
him.
Did you heal us? Or was it Aralos?
Aralos, yeah. Healing is not something that I'm proficient in, but I was able to bandage your wounds.
Well, I feel a fool. You are truly more of a man than I. And I thank you for healing us.
Oh, you are welcome. I had made a deal to share the spoils of this exploration with you, and as I said, I intend to live up to it.
And I intend to make things right by you can have my fourth of the treasure. I'm not interested in such things anyways. I'm more interested in what this is and if it could lead us to anything else.
And so he thanks you for that. And so he's like, I don't really know much about the statue, but I think all you really have to do is go up to it and touch it to receive its blessing.
What kind of blessing is it anyway? Or do you know?
I am not certain. I really didn't want to try anything until I had some allies to back me up, just in case.
Will you allow me to maybe a religion check or even Arcana?
Arcana would probably be more fitting.
Definitely not my forte. That's based on intelligence. I have a negative there, so.
No, you never know. You may surprise yourself with a high roll.
I'll give it a go. I rolled a 19. Minus 1 is 18.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. So you think that essentially Aralos is probably right. All you have to do is touch the statue, and it will bestow some sort of magical effect on you. You're not sure what the nature of that would be, but you don't think it would be anything necessarily harmful, detrimental. You see Aralos is just kind of standing there. He's got his arms kind of folded and just kind of tapping his arm with one hand, and he's like, well, you may go first. He says to Cadmos.
All right, I'll nod to him and place my left hand upon it.
Okay. So I will get you to roll a d10.
A d10, okay.
Yep. So as he puts his hand on the statue, the eye gems kind of flash and they glow, and they encompass Cadmos with this glowing light. And so your d10 check was?
A 4.
A 4? Okay.
4.
So you feel stronger.
Really?
So Yep. So what happens is after the light kind of fades, you look down and you see this mark on your arm, almost like a tattoo.
Okay.
Like a tattoo of like the frog's face. So right now you have a +2 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls of melee weapons.
Okay. Wow.
And if you just want to mark that on your character sheet as frog blessing.
Frog blessing.
Yep.
And I will describe everything that just happened to everyone in the room.
All right. So you guys see like the light and compass. I guess we don't need the that on right now. So I'll just go back up here. So you see Cadmos touch the statue. He gets engulfed in this light. When the light kind of fades, you see him just kind of like flexing his muscles and like clenching his fists, and he takes his greatsword out and just kind of swings it around, and he kind of like swings it with greater force than you've seen before. And he just kind of turns to everybody. He's like, "I think I got stronger."
Well,
so powerful.
I'd say sign me up for that.
All right. So Aralos again just kind of holds out his hand, waiting for you guys to take your turns first.
Oh, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll walk up next to it also.
All right. So I'll go with Arlen first. So roll your d10.
Okay, I got an 8.
8. Okay. So the same thing happens to you. You get engulfed by this light from the frog statue, and you feel you also notice the same thing. So when the light fades, you see like on your wrist there's this tattoo of like the frog's face, and you feel a surge of vitality. So you actually gain 6 extra hit points.
Wow.
Okay.
And just mark that down again as a toad blessing.
Okay.
All right, seeing all this light going off on everyone, I definitely want to get in on this.
Okay. So they kind of move out of the way. We'll move the Hellhound out because he's dead. All right. So Velas, take your turn.
I got a 6.
6. Okay. So you notice again the same thing. You have this tattoo of the toad's face on your wrist, but you feel more agile. So you get a +2 bonus to your armor class, attacks, and damage. Quite a few things here, actually. Reflex saving throws. Or not reflex, sorry. Dexterity saving throws.
3rd edition attack.
This is a 3rd edition book, so I'm just looking at the... and you also get a +2 bonus to stealth.
Oh, nice.
And Aralos, what of you? What did you get from the statue?
So he'll move up. He'll touch his hand to it, and he gets. He feels light of foot, and he actually just kind of moves around the room, and he moves way faster than you would expect.
It's like he's parquickling.
Yeah, so he's basically got kind of the effect of like expeditious retreat on him. So he gets an extra bunch of movement. So he's super fast now.
Very cool.
All right, so with that, he just kind of like curious, out of curiosity, he kind of reaches back and he puts his hand on the statue again. But nothing happens.
Have you had a moment to check the walls for secret passages or hidden rooms?
I did, he says, but I was unable to find anything. It appears the only way back out is the way that we all came in.
And the chest you're sitting upon?
I haven't looked at it yet, to be honest. I thought I would wait until you had awoken.
Most honorable. Where are we at in terms of hit points? Are we at 1 or?
You would be at 1 hit point each, yeah.
Okay.
Well, in that case, I'll just kind of.
Well, sorry. Arlen would be at 7 because he got this 6. His hit point maximum was increased by 6, so he got that immediately.
Nice. I assumed I'd still be at 1. Okay.
Nope. After you touch the statue, you actually gain those hit points at the time that it bestowed them on you.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Okay. Well, I kind of gesture to Arlos and I just say, so, since you did us a great favor, why don't you take first digs at the treasure chest?
Fair enough. So he gets down, he sort of looks it over, and you see him pull out his thieves' tools, and he kind of tinkers around with it for a few seconds. You hear this like clicking sound, and then he just kind of looks up. It's like, now, how about the lock? And so it looks like he disabled some sort of trap on it. And he pops the lock open. So you see a bunch of stuff. So just give me a moment here. All right. So if somebody wants to roll a D10 for me, that would be great.
I got a 4.
4, okay. And if somebody else wants to roll another D10, that would also be great.
Go ahead, Will.
Oh, sorry.
Will, do you want to roll a...
Yeah, my mic was muted. Sorry, I got a 10.
10? Okay. All right, so you see a bunch of gold coins in there. In addition, there is a potion vial, similar to the ones that you guys had bought from the temple. So it has like the same kind of coloring to it and everything else. And a set of gauntlets. So in total, there were 350 gold coins.
Wow.
Ooh.
So that would work out to 87 each with 2 gold left over. And so Aralos kind of looks to Cadmos when he's dividing up the coins into piles. And he slides the pile of 87 towards you.
I slide it back towards him.
Right, and he just kind of nods to you, picks it up. And yeah, so the 2 remaining gold that are left over, he just kind of slides into 1 to each. So for Velis and Arlen, you get 88 gold.
Okay.
All right. He also takes the potion and he tosses it to Cadmos, and he just says to replace the one that you used that you gave to me.
Thank you. I believe I better drink this now. We were sure it was a healing potion, correct?
Yeah, it looks pretty similar. They all have a pretty distinctive look to them.
I'll go ahead and give it a go then.
Yep. So 2d4 plus 2. And he simply states that he has no interest in the gauntlets. So.
Well, maybe we should bring back the gauntlets and get them checked, just to make sure they're not cursed.
Okay.
Yes.
So, just looking at the gauntlets, kind of look like that.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Look like they're too heavy for me to wear.
Yeah, a little rich for my blood, too. All the same, as I'm saying this, I'm just eyeing up those gems in the eyes of the statue and like...
Yeah, Aerolus is kind of looking at them too. But Cadmos, you recognize the fact that from your Arcana check that you believe if the gems are taken out, then the statue's magic will be lost forever. And that could affect the blessings that were bestowed upon you.
I will relay that information to everyone. And definitely agree that it's probably best not to we leave this intact for. We assume this is a blessing. It could be a curse later. We are now tattooed with these symbols. Think about this. This could be a statue. It could be a shrine to another god.
Yeah, I agree. We don't deface something that's given us this blessing.
Yeah.
Aerolos, what do you think?
He said, well, it's a 10-foot tall frog, so I don't really think I'm going to be able to carry it out with me. So I think it's best if we just simply leave it here.
I agree. I mean, maybe we could maybe I thought about maybe sealing this place, but it was just a door on the front. There's not much we could do about that.
Not at this time, no.
It's not going to harm anyone. It's obvious.
Doesn't seem to.
No. So if no one's taking the bracers, Aerlos doesn't want them either?
No, he's not interested in them.
I will definitely take them and have them checked out, yeah.
Okay. Seems right the gauntlets down on your sheet. So with that, Aerolos thinks it's probably best to simply make your way back out and go our separate ways.
Well, before we part ways, I actually mentioned to him that I think we're of the same profession. You wouldn't happen to be a member in good standing with any of the guilds, would you?
None in this region, or none in this area. However, if you're ever in Neverwinter, I'm sure you may be able to find some hospitality amongst my brethren.
It's good to know.
And I will offer to shake his hand and tell him that the blood of and the rage of Grumps still lies in my heart, and that I fight it constantly. So I do apologize one more time, and know that my anger and pride get the better of me sometimes.
He accepts your apology, and
I find it hard to trust.
It's understandable. You and I aren't so different in that manner. I'll simply state that.
All right. Well met, and I hope our paths cross again in the future.
As do I. So with that, he does reach into one of his pockets, and he produces a black feather that he passes to Arlen. And he just simply states, for if you ever visit Neverwinter.
Okay. Oh, I thank him again and say, well met, and with luck, we'll be able to meet again.
Certainly. So, however, I see no reason for us to part ways before we exit, so shall we all leave together?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, who wants to lead?
Cadmos should, so he has the most health, I believe.
Since I have the most stealth?
Since you have the most health.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
I'm still at 1
I'll go
myself.
first. Don't you?
Okay. I'll just kind of.
You both should have 1, I believe.
I do have 2. I was just not gonna waste it if we're heading straight back to town.
All right. Well.
Oh, metagaming.
Famous last words.
Funny you should mention that. So as you guys make your way back to the room that had the vaulted ceiling and the bats and everything that was swarming around, as you guys reach this door, coming in through this door is a group of goblins. And you see the goblins are kind of dragging or one of the goblins is holding a pair of dead rabbits. And they call something out in Goblin, and they just kind of look up and they see you guys at the other door there. They kind of freak out a little bit, but they also draw their short swords. And actually,
Okay, where I speak Goblin, do I know what they said?
Yeah, they called out a name. You think the name was something like, and they just like, Goron, we brought food, and then they look up and see you guys.
Well, I respond in Goblin. I don't think he's hungry.
So we'll just go back down to this. And I'm just going to say we'll roll initiative.
Okay.
So 2 of the goblins, so these guys here, these 2 have, so this one and this one, I realize with my left-handedness I keep blocking the camera. So these guys have short swords, but these 2 actually have little short bows that they kind of draw as soon as they see it.
Oh boy.
Right, and initiative.
Okay, I got a 21.
Okay.
Cadmos gets a 3.
Velas got a 20, not natural.
20, okay. And Erlos gets an 11. So, Ireland, you're going to go first on 21.
Okay, I'm going to maneuver over
Anything?
in the corner next to the door.
This one here?
Yeah. And I'm going to take a shot at one of the goblin archers with my bow.
Sure.
Which comes out to be 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Damage?
All right, I'm assuming that I'm not getting the sneak attacks, so...
No.
That is 9 damage.
9? That's still enough, though. So he gets a short bow out, he starts to ready an arrow, and you just shoot him, basically, almost pin him to the wall.
Okay, and I'm going to use my cunning action to move back out of line of sight. Yeah, that's good enough.
All right. Cool. So, Velas, you're up next.
So I'm going to pop one of those potions that I should have already popped.
All right.
That will be for those 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2, yeah.
1, 4, 6 health back.
Okay. So that makes it the goblin's turn now. So the goblin with the short bow drawn at well, the guy standing in the doorway. So you'll take a shot at Cadmos as this guy moves up, and this guy kind of moves into position as well.
Right.
So 15 for the attack roll against Cadmos.
No, that misses.
Okay, and then the one in melee with the short sword. That's a natural 1. So he misses. And this guy, I guess he'll move around the corner of the door there and try to poke at you as well. But that's only a 14, so they all miss. And then that makes it Aerolos's turn. So with his speed, he just kind of blasts by these guys using the dash action. So they both get an opportunity attacks, but oh no, not even close. And he uses rapier on the archer there. That's at 18 on the dice for 4 points. So that archer's still alive. And then that brings us to Cadmos.
Okay, can I step through the doorway and diagonally so that I am next to the two goblins? Or next to them?
So you want to
One
come
square
out,
to
like here
Yes.
or there?
there. Yeah, where the first one.
This one?
Yes,
All right.
correct.
Yeah, so he'll get an opportunity attack because you'll be breaking melee with him.
Okay, and then I will cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. So I gotta, yeah, it's only a 10 for the opportunity attack. So Thunder Wave?
Okay. Yes, and I would like to pull my shield. Can I do that as a free action or a bonus action?
As part of your movement, you can do that. That's fine.
All right, so I'll need the extra armor class. I'll pull the shield and I will cast Thunder Wave, which is a 15-foot cube aimed at those two, obviously.
Yeah.
And they get a saving throw, Constitution, DC 14, or take some thunder damage.
Okay, so this one failed, but that one rolled a 16, so he passed.
All right, and 2d8. Oh, damn. 6 hit points.
6?
Yeah.
All right, so this guy did fail. Did you want to push him away? I guess it says end is push, so I don't think it's an option.
Oh, okay.
He just kind of gets launched into the wall there.
All right.
However, they both survived.
Right. And now my armor class will be 18 since I have the shield in front of me.
Okay, perfect. So Arlen, it's your go again.
All right. Well, from my vantage point, I'm going to take a shot at the goblin that's in the corner.
Okay. He's gonna go up there again.
No, from where I was going to shoot at the one that had the melee weapon out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. This guy here. Or this guy. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 16 to hit.
That hits.
And that is a total of 8 damage.
All right, so dead.
Okay, and I'm going to switch to my short sword.
All right, perfect. Velas, it's your go.
Okay, I'm going to move up to where the door's at.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot the other one that would be to the right of me on the wall there.
So the guy with the short sword, yeah?
Correct. That's natural 20.
Okay, that will definitely hit. So the way I the way I do criticals is max damage plus you roll the dice again.
Oh, awesome. Who got a critical?
Velas.
Very nice.
So that is 8 and be 15 damage.
All right. So we only had 1 left and 7 maximum. Which just kind of makes him load into just this mist of goblin.
Awesome.
He's basically a stain on the wall now. And that leaves our lonely goblin to go. So he's going to try to flee, but Airlos will get a attack of opportunity on him, which hits, and will probably, well, it automatically, even though I rolled minimum, it's still enough to just drop him.
Okay.
So this ogre had goblins bringing him his food.
Yep, looks that way.
Mm.
Everybody likes delivery.
That is true, but memory serves, goblins usually band together in tribes, do they not? Clans?
Oh, they can. You know that there's like small pockets of goblinoids in the
Right.
the regions around Ironhaven.
Well, the reason I ask is maybe we should do at least a short rest before we get on the road, since we were all kind of beaten up.
I would agree with that.
That sounds like a good idea. I'm also going to check the goblins' arms to see if they have the markings of the idol.
Okay, yeah. No one has the markings on them.
What about colored feathers? We found on the other goblins. Was that a no?
No. Nope, these guys just had their short bows, short swords. There are, for arrows though, there are 8 arrows total that are left over from their quippers, if somebody wanted to take those.
Okay, well, I don't mind replenishing.
Yeah, you can have them.
All right, well, I'll top up to my full 20 arrows, and that'll still leave most of them behind because I only needed 5.
Okay. Cool. All right, so you guys managed to get your short rest in without any issues. And it's at this point that Aralos will say his goodbyes, and he takes his leave.
Okay. All right, and well, for the short rest, I spent both hit dice.
Okay.
So that restored 15 hit points.
That should hold you over.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I'm just hoping that I don't stub my toe for that much.
No, you should be fine. All right, and so you guys do, after your short rest, you kind of gather everything up. You are able to make it back to town without any issues.
Awesome.
All right, is it Cadmosy, would you like to go check those bracers out?
Nope, I think he dropped out temporarily. All right, so that sort of concludes that portion of the adventure. I'll let him know what those gauntlets are. Oh, I think he's back. You are muted, though.
All right, how about now?
No, we can hear you now.
All right, I lost my internet access for some reason. I don't know what happened there.
Ooh. Yeah, ours has been kind of wonky at times here, too. Luckily not right now, but it was being kind of difficult. My daughter was watching Netflix while we were eating supper and buffering and buffering, which is really unusual for it. So hopefully,
like I said, I spent a whole $150 on this laptop. So
yeah. Well, still seems to be pretty good aside from that.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, like I said, you guys make it back to town. So you wanted to see if you could have Marlac look at your bracers, or gauntlets, I should say, not bracers.
Yes.
All right. So you go back to his shack, and he's the kind of short, balding, pudgy wizard greets you with his thick, bushy eyebrows, and he's like, "Oh, come in. Always enjoy company."
Is everybody with me, or am I by myself?
I'll go with you.
All right, yes, I enter and ask for forgiveness for interrupting him yet again, but
no worries. I was just reading, so always, like I said, always welcome the company.
If you would be so kind to look at these gauntlets we found, perhaps they are of magic made. Magic
Like,
make.
ooh, he looks at them. It's like very finely crafted, and you see kind of waves his hand around, and he chants something, and he's like, "Oh yes, definitely magic. Yeah, let me, if you don't mind, I'll have a look and I'll see what they are."
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Okay. So he goes back. He takes them. He goes sort of back into his study. Offers each of you to place to sit down. An hour later, he comes back out. It's like he looks to you as like, these gauntlets I think will come in most handy for you. These are gauntlets of ogre power, so they make you stronger by wearing them.
Oh, excellent. Just what I need, more strength.
So if you, when you wear them, your strength becomes 19.
Wow. All right. Well, I thank him. And what can I give you for your services?
Let's go. Nothing necessary. Just maybe stay for dinner.
I will stay for dinner, and I'll check out what he is drinking, and the next time in town, I will buy some more of it.
It just seems to be kind of the standard wine that's produced here in town.
Okay, so a common town wine. All right.
Yeah, nothing fancy. And so he asks, like, where did you find these exquisite gauntlets?
We traveled. I believe we showed him the shield and the map. Did we talk to him about that?
I believe so.
Well, if not, I will
remember.
include it in my story, but let him know that we found the map and that we traveled north and found the entrance into the cliff wherein we fought an ogre, and with the help of a rogue we found along the way, destroyed a hellhound, I believe it was.
And he's like, ooh, dangerous creatures, those.
We took quite a licking from it. And I will show him the tattoo on my arm and describe to him what happened when I touched the statue of the toad.
Okay. So he's like, yes, quite the blessing. It's like, hold on, let me see if I have anything about this statue in my books. And he goes and he starts rummaging through his bookshelves, and like you hear books falling, and you kind of hear him like, drat, oh crud, that's not, nope. Just toss a few things. He's like, he pulls out this book that's on magical, things like magical statues, antiquities, curiosities. And he flips through and he's like, looking at this thing, he's like, is this the statue? And he points and shows a picture that looks pretty accurate to the frog that you saw.
I'll study it for a moment. And who is with me? Is it Arlen? Are you with me?
Oh, yes.
And I'll hand the book to Arlen so he can take a look and verify that it is the statue we saw.
It
Right
looks,
to me.
but it looks pretty close. Right. So he's like, yes, there are statues like this scattered throughout the land. Historians, scholars, academics, they're not quite sure where these statues came from. But each of them tend to bestow gifts on those who touch them. But in doing so, you can only ever gain the favor once. And he points to the tattoo and is like, this would brand you as having accepted the gift of the statue.
And where does its power come from? The divine or the arcane?
It seems to be from the divine. The blessings that it bestows, based off of reports and from other people that have encountered similar statues, they tend to last for quite some time. though a few reports have said that their blessings wore off with the dawning of the sun. So basically, at a game, it kind of translates to at dawn, there's a slight chance that you could lose the blessing. It'd be like basically a 1 in 20 chance.
Okay.
Right, so with that, we're going to conclude the first adventure. So everyone's going to get 500 experience points, and like I said, the statue is, or the blessings are permanent, but every day at dawn, you just simply roll a d20. If you roll a natural 1, then you would lose the blessing.
And
All right.
Dave, just to clarify mine, it gave +2 to ranged hit and damage.
Mm-hmm. Yes, basically it's the equivalent of increasing your dexterity. So I guess actually, Cadmos, I forgot to mention, you also would gain the +2 bonus to your athletics checks and strength saving throws.
Okay. All right. With that,
Right,
I'd like to talk to Will and Steven real quick. I've already got an 18 strength to begin with, and then I just got these gauntlets plus the thing from the frog. Does anybody else want to use these gauntlets to get a higher strength? It seems to be a bit of an overkill for me.
Honestly, I'm going for my. I'm a fighter, but I'm going on a ranger build, kind of. I'm going to be an archer, and then I'm going arcane archer. So it wouldn't do a whole lot for me.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that those would just get in the way of a lot of the do. So,
I mean,
okay, maybe eventually we could sell them. I'll use them for now, but maybe we could sell them with that magical longsword we found that you guys don't want to use either.
Yeah, I still have that sword, and I'd be willing to part with it. So,
yeah, maybe with if we get to a bigger city, assuming that this continues on, I don't know how far we'll get, but all right. But now I'll wear them.
All right. Yeah, so like I said, we'll wrap it up here for this adventure. So I just want to take maybe a short 10-minute break or so. Just refresh some drinks, take a bathroom break. So everyone did gain 500 experience. I don't know if I said that yet or not.
Yes, you did.
So you can add that to your totals. I don't know if that'd be enough for you guys to level yet. It might be, actually.
500 would put us at
990.
990. So we're just
so that would be
in level 3.
All right. So yeah, we'll take a short break. You guys want to level your characters up to level 3, and then we'll come back and we'll do the second and the final scenario for this session.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Perfect. All right. So just taking a quick break. I'll probably come back a bit early, so that way, if anyone in the chat have any questions they want to ask or anything else, I'll address those.
Cool.
All right. See you in about 10.
Okay.
All right, so I am back, still on a little bit of the break here, but just thought I'd kind of just discuss a few things, and maybe, like I said, if there's any questions, I can definitely answer them. And hello, hi Joseph. Thanks for your comment. So the adventure here, I did make some changes for this, just to make things a little bit more worthwhile or interesting. In the original adventure, the statue's blessing only lasted for about 30 minutes, which the only time you were really going to use it would be against the goblins for sure, and potentially the ogre if everyone snuck past it. I wanted to be a little bit more interesting than that. I made it sort of permanent unless they roll a 1 for each dawn. So also, since I've got some people here, I thought I would do a little bit of a live stream exclusive and a preview for something I'm going to be making a video for on Monday. Anybody who watched my video earlier today saw that I picked up some of the spell cards that I've been trying to find forever. And I had somebody ask if they're hard to find all over, and I don't think that's the case, but I live in Nova Scotia, Canada, which is like the Atlantic provinces. And even in Canada, the maritime provinces tend to be kind of forgotten about. And like for a lot of people, Canada kind of starts at Ontario and then west. But I've also picked up today, after I already made that video, the Taroka deck for Curse of Strahd. So I'll be kind of doing that and looking at that. And I passed on it originally, and I kind of regret that because I didn't really realize that, you know, there's actually a card game that you can play based off this. So there's it's something called Prophet's Gambit. So I haven't opened it up yet. I assume they're probably all cellophane wrapped. So I'm not going to open it like fully on the live stream, but just in case. This thing's hard to get into. Yeah, so they are cellophane wrapped. But so I'll be doing a video for that on Monday, so it's kind of cool to have this. And with that, I have the Curse of Strahd adventure, the screen, and now I have the cards. So anyone who, like I said, if you have any questions for the next few minutes, don't hesitate to put them up. And just looking through the comments here. Thank you, Darcy. I appreciate you being a fan. I hope you enjoy everything so far. If you're still watching, hope hasn't been too terrible. There's been kind of a lot of stuff going on at home over the last few weeks, so I'm not as prepared for this as I would have liked to have been, but I think it's going pretty decently so far.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh, thank you. I was just saying, anybody that's watching or might be watching this in the future. So I don't know if you saw it or not, but I did pick up the Taroka deck for
very cool.
Yeah, that's just been really hard to find these things. And it seems like all the game stores where I live got all this stuff all at the same time.
Right.
After like years of not being able to find them. So that'll be a video that I do later on. I'm not going to open those up yet.
Yeah, the game stores around here seem to have gone the same way.
They got them in too, or haven't been.
Yeah, and I'm even farther east than you are, so I mean.
Yeah, it seems like. Now I think places like in Canada, like stores in Toronto and bigger cities like that will probably be able to find them. Just looking at the questions here. So for WC Austin, no, you didn't miss the game. You were just taking a bit of a break. Because I know that the comments tend to be a bit ahead of the actual. There's a bit of a delay on the video. And for Darcy, he asks, so out of curiosity, as a fellow DM, how closely do you follow the rules of D&D? Or do I follow the rule of cool? I like to think that cool, which I assume is if it sounds like it would be something that would be cool to do, don't let the rules get in the way of the fun. And I think for 5th edition in particular, it really makes it easier to subscribe to that, because I know that in the past, like with third edition and stuff like that, I had some players that would really want to rules lawyer everything out, which was kind of painful and why I never really ever want to run the actual third edition rules again. But in my opinion, if it's fun, let them do it. I mean, make it reasonable. But yeah, I like to let the game be fun before all of it. What's going on? All right. So, do we have everyone back yet, or is Will still on the break?
No, I'm here.
Okay. All right. So I think what we'll do is we'll just head right back into the next scenario. So it's been. Oh, did you guys get to level your characters up?
I'm just
putting the final touches on there now.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys do that first. Let me know when everybody's ready. I'm not going to rush you.
We just want to eat.
All right. So cunning linguist. Sorry, I've missed the chat, guys. I've been watching on PS3. Cool. Turn my phone on. Oh, well, thanks for the comment. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that he was watching on a PS3. I watch YouTube on my Xbox, so. But yeah, thanks for watching and thanks for joining in.
Oh, just so that there's no, I've updated my character, and I'm at the point where I can add in my archetype. So I went with the arcane trickster. So I'm just getting the last of my spells ready there now.
Okay, yeah, take your time. I'll wait until you guys are ready. I'm not gonna rush anyone. So WC Austin working on my D&D 4th edition Ranger. I like the 4th edition Ranger quite a bit. I'm just wondering, are you making it out of the Player's Handbook or the D&D Essentials one? That'd be kind of cool to know.
I'm sorry, was that for me? I only got the last part of that.
Oh, no, sorry. I was reading a comment on the thing. So somebody just said that they're working on a 4th edition Ranger.
Oh.
Player's Handbook Archer build. Yeah, that's a cool class for the 4th edition one. And Cunning Linguist. Thanks. I do try to comment or respond to as many comments as I can. There are times I don't get the notifications, which can be really weird. But yeah, I do try to answer as many people as I can. It's actually kind of cool because the other day, it was about a week ago, I guess now, I was out with my daughter. We were at the Micmac Mall, for anyone who lives in Nova Scotia. And I actually got recognized by someone just based off the channel. And it was like, that was kind of a first for me. And it felt really, it was really humbling and really cool, but it also felt kind of weird that someone would actually like be excited to meet me, kind of thing. I don't know. It was weird, but it was really, really cool. And the guy that I met, he was really, really nice guy, really cool guy. So, weird. Not in a bad way, just
awesome.
like not. I never thought that something like that would happen. So, I guess I've officially made it now that I've been recognized. All right, everyone good to go? Or?
I'm good.
I'm good here.
All right, excellent. So it's been a couple of days since you returned from the magical statue adventure. So I'll get everyone just to roll a couple of d20s, and as long as you don't roll a 1, then you got your stuff. Still, nothing goes away, and I trust you guys to be on the honor system.
No ones.
Okay.
Good here.
All right. So you guys just kind of relaxing at the tavern when all of a sudden you start hearing kind of excitedly and in sort of a worried fashion, but word spreads quickly through the town that a band of orcs has captured a merchant caravan after a bloody battle. The orcs are demanding almost the whole year's harvest as ransom. If the townspeople accept the orcs' offer, they'll surely starve this winter. In response, the town council has come to you for help. Rescue the caravan and defeat the orcs, they say, and the town will reward you with 225 gold pieces each. The town militia was decimated in the battle that ended with the capture of the caravan, so you'll be on your own. The town council does, however, give each of you a potion of healing, even if you don't use it. The Orc Lair is south of the town, deep amid winding canyons. The captain of the militia, badly wounded in the earlier battle, guesses that the orcs will be confident after their victory and won't expect a counterattack.
So was this in the area of like a ravine or some kind of a pass, wooded area?
Probably, let's see, it does say canyons. So it's probably in sort of a little bit of a mountainous region. There are just some scattered mountains sort of south of where you guys are that kind of wraps around the village or the town. So it's not particularly far from where the town is. You think based on what the captain said, you can probably get there in just a few hours.
Well, guys, should we go be heroes again?
All right. So after a morning's march, you find yourself at what you think must be the Orcs Lair. An iron portcullis covers a cave mouth, and strangely wide footprints cover the ground. A crude painted sign outside the gate reads, "Humans, keep out." So humans horribly spelled. As Humiez.
You said that the footprints were wide.
Yep.
I put one of my feet down inside of it, and about how wide is it by comparison?
So it is slightly wider than yours. You think basically it looks like orc footprints. The orcs tend to have sort of like wider, thicker feet.
Okay, all right. So it doesn't look like like an ogre went through there or something.
Based off your recent encounter with the ogre, you don't think the foot sizes match.
And I'm sorry, did you say that the portcullis were raised or lowered?
It's lowered.
Lowered. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to take a look over at Velis and say, "Well, what do you say we scout around, see if we can find another entrance?"
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I can scoot around the backside here.
Okay. I'll go with him.
All right. So after a few minutes of kind of searching around, you don't think there's any other way to get in.
All right, that's the front door. It's going to have to be.
All right. Did you want to examine the portcullis, or?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna search it for traps regardless. So.
All right. So you do see that the portcullis is made out of sturdy iron, and it's the spikes just kind of dig deep into the ground. Just the cave door, just sort of outside of your reach, you do see a wench on the wall that would probably be used to raise or lower it. From where you are, just even looking through the portcullis here and the natural light that comes in, you don't see any torches or anything on the walls, but you can see light going through. You can see almost all of the part of the cave here. So inside the cave, you see piles of furs and the remains of a cooking fire near the entrance, so kind of in this spot here. The back wall of the cave features a grisly collection of skulls arranged in rows on shelves. Some of the skulls are clearly animal, but others are clearly just as clearly are human. And you can see what looks like a door, kind of from this angle. You can see a door in the middle of the wall. And it looks like there may be alcoves on either side of the door, but you can't see too much further beyond.
Okay, well, I got a 15 to look for traps around the doorway.
Okay. You don't see any traps on the portcullis itself.
All right, well, everybody ready?
Yes.
Ready here.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to use Mage Hand to try and operate that wench to raise the portcullis.
Okay. So you use the Mage Hand, you manipulate it. The wench grinds like really loud. It's very squeaky. Probably hasn't been maintained at all since these orcs have moved in. But it does start to raise the portcullis. So when the portcullis gets about halfway up, coming out of this door, you hear see a group of orcs kind of emerge. And they start shouting something in Orcish, which I believe, Cadmos, you should be able to speak.
I do.
It just says, nobody's supposed to be out here. Who's raising them? And then they kind of cut themselves off because they look and they see the wench just kind of turning on its own.
Yeah, just like this floating blue hand operating it,
Yeah, they're not quite sure what they're seeing, but a group of 4 orcs do kind of spill out. And a moment later, so they're kind of stunned by what they see, but a moment later they do kind of look towards the and they see it raising, and they can see the group of you guys there. So they kind of grab, each of them has a great axe, but they also have a pair of javelins in sort of a crude quiver on their back. So at this point, I think we should probably roll initiatives.
Fellas, do you think we should try to deceive them? Maybe I could act as if I brought you to them, or should we just engage them?
I think we should probably just engage them, because if you act like you brought us in, then there's no way they're going to buy that if they see us wearing armor and weapons and none of us have injuries.
All right. Fair enough. Okay.
All right, so initiatives?
5 for Cadmos.
Okay, 5. Velas?
Got a 11.
11, and Arlen?
17.
17, okay. So, Arlen, you get to go first. Is your Mage Hand concentration?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, I mean, you can do other stuff while you concentrate on the spell, but I was just wondering.
Yeah, it's just if I get hit, I'll have to...
Or if you cast another spell with concentration.
Yeah. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down to one knee, and I'm going to fire under the portcullis with my bow.
Okay. The portcullis, by the time they kind of get their bearings about them and react properly, it's about 3/4 of the way up.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I'll just do that from a standing position then.
Okay. And which one did you want to see?
Say the one that's farthest into the room.
This guy here?
Yeah.
Because this is the doors here that they came out of, so he'd be the one that's furthest in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so make your attack.
Okay, that is 24 to hit.
Yep, that'll do it. That gets through their crude high armor.
And 9 damage.
9. So he is still standing, though.
And I'm just going to move to the other side of the door where they've got a blind spot. Okay, and from there I'll drop my bow and draw my sword.
Okay, perfect. So it'll be their go next. So I see these guys kind of. This one will duck underneath the portcullis and make his way out. So he'll kind of move right there.
Okay. Do I get an attack of opportunity as he goes through there?
Normally, I would say no, just because he didn't leave your threatened space. But because he actually had to duck underneath of it, underneath the top of the portcullis to make his way through, he did leave himself vulnerable enough that I'll let you make the attack.
Awesome. Okay, so I got 15 on that.
That hits.
Okay. And do I get sneak attack?
Not in this situation, no. Actually, you know what? There's 3 of you guys right there, so yes.
All right. So in case, 3d6 plus 4, 12 damage.
12, okay. And he is still alive.
Okay.
All right. So with that, he was kind of looking at the half-orc when he came out, but since you skewered him through the side, he kind of snaps his head around and snarls at you.
It's good to be noticed.
And that is going to be 20 total for the attack roll.
Oh yeah, that is.
That should do it. And ooh, that is max damage on the D12s. That is going to be 15 points of damage.
Ooh.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
I've had worse. All right, so the other one can't really do anything, but these two have javelins that they're going to throw. His javelin at the wounded rogue, and the other's going to throw his javelin at the archer. So the first javelin at the rogue's going to miss, and the javelin against, effective. They just kind of whistle by each of your heads.
Okay.
And then that brings us to Velas.
All right. I'm going to fire an arrow off at the guy right in front of me.
Okay.
And that's a 14.
Now he's sort of in melee with you right now, so that would be a disadvantage unless you step back.
If I step back, he doesn't get an attack of opportunity on me.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, I'll just
because he'd be leaving his.
Right.
Okay. So it would be a
disadvantage. That's a 14.
Still hits.
Okay.
And he's already bleeding pretty heavily out of his side from where he got stabbed by Arlen, so you're probably going to finish him off. But damage just to be on the safe side. 9, yeah. All right, so that finishes him off. And then Cadmos.
All right, I will. I will step into the room.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and let go another thunder wave.
All right, so that's 15-foot, 15-foot cube or cone. I can't remember.
I'm flipping to it right now.
Oh. Once I open up my cleric spell cards, I'll be able to have that handy with me. But
okay, it's a cube.
A cube, okay. So you can get, since it's a cube, unless you drop it where you're in the middle of it, these two or these two.
Okay, if I drop it in the square I'm at, will the wall protect? Who is that there? That is Arlen?
Yeah, I'd say he'd be okay from that.
All right, so I would like to drop it, on me so that all three of them get it.
Okay. So you'll have to make a save as well then, as you're basically dropping this at your feet. Oh, sorry, it's originating from you.
Right. So everything that touches.
Okay. So yeah. All right. So I'm sorry. I was wrong about that. So it doesn't affect you. It just kind of goes out from basically
on the centered point. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you'll get all three of those. It goes 15 feet out. It would also hit Velis.
Okay.
He's kind of like directly behind you.
Okay. Let's not do that then.
All right. What's the save on it?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
I got a +4 to Constitution, so.
Okay. You would still take half damage on a failed save or on a successful save, just so you're aware.
I'm willing to take it if you want to do it.
Just don't use your ability to maximize it.
Right. Okay. What if I use instead a cantrip of, which I think will be equally as fine, Word of Radiance.
Word of Radiance?
Yeah, that's in the Xanther's guide.
Oh, okay. I didn't have that one handy with me.
So
what does that
utter
do?
a divine word, burning radiance erupts from me. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of me succeeds at a Constitution saves or takes 1d6 radiant damage.
Okay. That one's a little bit safer.
Yes, and that DC is 14.
Okay. Yeah, so I assume you're only going to target the orcs and not your roguish friend.
That is correct.
Okay. Constitution saving throws?
Yes.
All right. Well, they do get a bonus to that, so that's not the worst thing, but rolling a 6 is not going to do it. So this one failed. And he already took damage. That one failed as well. They all failed.
Okay, and I rolled a 5.
Oh, so even though this guy was wounded earlier, he's still alive. And the others took some damage, but they're all still standing. They're all still kind of angry.
All right, and with my remainder of my move, I will draw my shield and flail, so that my armor class will go up to 18.
Okay. Perfect. So then, Arlen, it's your go.
Okay. I am going to cast Acid Splash against the one that is farthest away from me. The one that's in the middle of that 15-foot wall. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. All right.
He's been hit twice.
Yeah, that'll pretty much finish him off. That's a saving throw, though, isn't it?
No, it's a ranged spell attack.
Oh, okay. And
Let me just double check that again. Acid Splash. Roll a ball of acid. Choose one creature within range, or 2 creatures within range that are within 5 feet of each other. So I guess I also get the orc next to him. A target must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 1d6 acid damage. Yep.
Okay, so it's an all or nothing save. All right.
Yes.
So
and sorry, go on.
So you're going to target the 2 of them?
Yes.
Okay.
The difficulty on the save is 12.
12, okay. Rolled an 8. I know their dexterity is not going to get them. So this guy, he's going to be dead, I think, no matter what. But I rolled a 12 for that guy, so he's safe. He'll take nothing, but you will deal damage to him.
Okay. So the one that took damage took 4.
Okay, and he goes down. So he just starts screaming as the acid hits him and starts burning away his flesh, and then he just crumbles to the ground dead.
Okay.
You have new tricks, Arlen.
A rogue is never without tricks.
Excellent.
All right, so with that, it's the 2 remaining orcs. So they are going to attack the only target they can reach. Pulls out his great axe and will attack. Cadmos, so against armor class 18. Roll the 19 on the dice.
All right.
And the second one, I only rolled a 6, so only 1 hit.
All right.
That's only going to be 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then that makes it Velos' turn.
All right. Well, I'll shoot the one straight in front of me.
Okay.
Magically around the other orc, the half orc. I got a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And 11 damage.
That'll be enough. So he goes down. So the arrow just kind of whizzes between Cadmos' shield and his body, and sinks into the chest of the orc that was standing in front of him. Takes him down.
Wow. Very cool.
All right, and then that brings us to Cadmos.
All right. I will take a 1 square in front of me, and I'll go ahead and hit him with a flail.
Okay.
I rolled a 2. Although that ends up being a 10.
Well, that's good, but it's still not quite enough. So
All right.
it deflects it away from. And then Arlen, it's your go.
Okay, I'm going to step in under the portcullis.
Okay.
And I'm going to introduce that orc to my short sword.
Make your attack.
16.
That will hit.
Okay, and sneak attack because of the
Ally
adjacent
within,
rule?
Is it adjacent or just within 5 feet?
Within 5 feet.
Yeah, I guess that's still adjacent. I was thinking. I really got 3rd edition on the brain. I was thinking diametrically opposed. So yes, you'll get your sneak attack off.
Okay, so that's 14 damage.
That is more than enough. So he goes down as well. He did not enjoy his meeting with your short sword.
Oh.
I think that's the biggest challenge I'm having with 5th edition is I keep referring everything back to 3rd edition. Like, for instance, a 5-foot step. It's like it's ingrained in there.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that. It also doesn't help me that I'm looking at like 3rd edition stat blocks in this book.
Right.
All right, so yeah, they are down. So you kind of see further into the room now. So yeah, there are these little alcoves on either side.
All right, Cadmos will step up and guard that door and the alcoves while my companions come in and search the bodies and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm a little more interested in searching for secret access panels and things like that, but...
While you look for that, I can search the bodies.
Sounds good. So
Right,
I got 18 on searching the room.
Okay, so there's nothing sort of hidden or concealed in this room that you were able to find. You don't see like any secret panels or anything hidden like that. As for the orc bodies, so each of them had a coin purse on them that doesn't look like they're ones that they would have had themselves. They probably lifted them off of like dead caravan guards or the people that they captured. Side, there is so between the 4 orcs, there's 160 gold.
Shall I record that in the group, Treasure?
I think that sounds good.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
All right. I'll just assume to put everything in the treasure until you guys say you want to divide it up, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
We can divvy it up later.
And how much was that again?
160.
Wow, awesome. All right, recorded.